Hi guys, please like and subscribe.
Hey guys, this is gonna be my review for Batman vs Superman. I mean, it's not a review. It's not a review for the movie. It's just saying what the hidden details are in it. Because I'm gonna say there's a lot of things that a lot of people did not understand in that movie. So I'm gonna be explaining that and continue watching to understand everything that went on in that movie. Well, mostly all the confusing things. So the number one hidden detail in that movie is that Batman gets a visit from the Flash. As we see him running, he's saying, "Find Lewis. Lewis is the key to all." Now he says that. I'm gonna explain to you why, but we don't know because remember on the show, it's not connected to the show. Barry Allen, Grant Gustin is not him. It's actually another guy, but he is another guy. So we don't know what the rules are for time traveling in the movies. We don't know what the rules are. But we do know that he does that, and he's saying, find Lewis. Lewis is the key, and why? Because eventually in the future, Lewis dies, and that's the only thing that's making Superman be Superman. Without Lewis, he would just be like crazy. I mean, that's the only thing that's making him be Superman. And then that's where it all comes together in the post-apocalyptic future, where Darkseid takes over. Or we see that symbol, the Omega symbol, which is the dark side, and it all connects to that. So that's number one hidden detail in Batman vs Superman. Number two. So in the future, we see that Superman is really mad. He even rips off Batman's mask. And he's like, "She meant the whole world to me." But we also see that Darkseid's minions, they fly around. I can't remember what their name is. You can search it up, but they're there too. So we know that something's gonna happen with Darkseid in the future. That's why Flash went in to the past to warn Batman. That's what happened, and it all connects together. So that's all I have to say for number two. Now here's number three. Number three, they see the soldiers with the Superman sign on their symbol on their shoulder, meaning like there was a thing where they followed Batman around. They were pretty extreme, but they always followed the Batman, and now they're following Superman. We see in the future they even like bowed down to him when he came down. That was number three of the movie. The movie was pretty good. You should watch it. Sorry, what I meant to say was if you haven't watched it, then you should watch it. But you probably did watch it if you're watching this video. So, number four, the death of Superman. Now that's why we saw that he died, right? But Dave Jurgens, he actually wrote the death of Superman. And so if we see in the credits, you see in the credits, he says special thanks to Dave Jurgens because he's the one who wrote that, and that's why we see that. So they put his like work on there. Originated from that. He first wrote the death of Superman. Yeah, Dave Jurgens wrote that. That's why we see him in the credits. It's pretty cool that they did that. Number five, we see it's the MetaHuman project. So Lex Luthor gets his special encrypted file. We see that he actually gave nicknames and symbols for each of the Justice League members, like Wonder Woman, Cyborg. There was four there in the thing. If you saw the movie, it was Wonder Woman, Cyborg, Aquaman, and the Flash. Those four were there, and that's he gave all of those things. So that's pretty cool. And so I'm gonna talk about number six right now. All right, number six. We're gonna start with Cyborg. All right. So we see he's in Silas Stone is in Star Labs, and he's working to see Victor Stone, where he looks a little bit like RoboCop if you've seen RoboCop, and and it's not really working, and so he gets frustrated, and then we see that he gets in contact with the Mother Box. The Mother Box, it's how he got into Cyborg, but they're not gonna call it that in the movies. But it starts working and it starts regenerating his limbs as a cyborg. And so now to move on to number seven. Yeah, number seven already. So number 7, The Flash. We see he's a robber trying to take down a convenience store, and then we see a split frame where he's holding the milk and stopping the robber. That is how fast the Flash is. He can be like way faster than he is in the show, like almost as fast as the speed of light. Moving on to number 8. All right, so number 8, Aquaman. Now we see how he's like underwater. He destroys like a vessel, and he's like Superman underwater. He uses his trident to flap to surface when you see a sonic boom, and he is like Superman under the water. Plus, he is the king of the whole ocean, basically. And well, really, and he's like, a lot of people don't know how powerful Aquaman is, but because they just think of him like as a fish, but he's actually pretty powerful. A lot of people don't think about that, but he is way powerful. So moving on to number 9. Number 9 is the Wonder Woman photo that we see in the thing. Now they're probably all gonna come together as we saw in the picture. All gonna come together probably, and they're gonna take that picture most likely in that movie, in the same Wonder Woman movie. They're probably gonna take that picture. It's like they're all gonna line up together and just take a picture, and that's where he's gonna get a picture from. I don't know how, but it's probably most likely gonna be in that movie. Number 10, the Dead Robin suit. Now we've seen that in the trailer, and it's pretty obvious. It's from Death in the Family, the comic, and the Robin that was like Joker will kill Jason Todd, and then Tim Drake will become the next Robin. Now, we don't see Robin in that movie, and that suit looks pretty old. So he probably hasn't got a Robin since Jason Todd's died. Because you can see the rust already forming on the suits. It's been a long time since he died. Moving on to number 11. Number 11. We see a quote from Perry White saying to Superman, Clark Kent, "It's not 1938 anymore, Clark Kent." That's what he says. Why 1938? Because that's the first Action Comics number 1, where the very first time Superman appeared. So it's pretty cool that they mentioned that. Moving on to 12 and 13. So I'm saying 12 and 13 together because they're in the same picture. We see them in the trailer, we see in the movie. We see a Riddler sign on a pillar there, and then we see a J with a smiley face, and it's pretty cool. So they're really doing a lot of things for the Batman solo film that's coming in later, because Ben Affleck already wrote the first one. It's going to be a trilogy, and we don't know which villains they're going to put yet. Probably the Joker, though. I'm just saying. So moving on to number 14. Number 14, the Mark of Zorro. In the opening credits, we see Batman's origin. In the beginning of the movie, we see that it's the Mark of Zorro, a poster where they walk out of, and when his parents are shot and killed. And but that's why isn't hidden detail, because Batman is, in most origins, Batman is inspired by Zorro to become Batman. That's what happens in most of the origins. And so yeah, I'm just going to say that for number 14. Number 15. Number 15, Martha. Why Martha? That's because it is, if we realize it, Batman's mother and Superman's mother, both names are Martha. Now, Batman, he realizes this, and he's like, why'd you say that word? And then, everything, before he kills Superman. And he does not kill Superman, by the way. But, yeah, so, their both names are Martha. And, Batman, it's really cool. So this is my last one, number 15, hidden detail. That's the last hidden detail that I'm going to talk about today. Now, this is a lot of information that you guys probably heard, and I also wanted to say that I'm going to be changing my schedule a little bit. I'm going to be doing at least one video a week. That's going to change later on. But just right now, before I do episode reviews, episode breakdowns, I'm going to be doing one video a week. At least one video a week. But I'm probably going to be doing more. But at least one. And I want to change my intro, how it does that, and the end. I'm going to change that. But for now, I'm kind of busy doing my episode breakdowns. And also, don't be, like, weirded out, like, when you see, like, hey, what's this? The Flash Season 1, Episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on there. Because I'm going to be uploading them now because it's going to be kind of hard to find where they all are in the gallery of my phone. It's going to be kind of hard to find them all after. So I'm just going to upload them all after I do the review for it. So don't be freaked out. But, yeah, I'm just going to do that. So don't be freaked out. You don't need to watch those. Those are older episodes anyway. I'm just breaking them down so I can catch up. So that's all I have to say for this video. Yeah, so. And for this, I'm going to keep the intro and the end. So that's all I have to say, and bye.